Oops. All right, I'm day 3 into a cold sore. This is gonna be a couple days shoot, so hopefully by the end of this video, my face is consumed by herpes. As mentioned in the previous video, I've been an expat in Thailand for a little over 4 years. In this video, I'm gonna mention some of the trappings of being an expat in this country. Roll the intro. That intro was way too long. Living as an expat in Thailand can be very exciting and very stimulating. You know, just friendly people, good food, exotic surroundings, and I don't know if it's been mentioned, but the girls are kind of cute. Different scenery, smells, sounds, customs, and a totally different culture. Once that wears off, you start thinking, what the hell did I get myself involved in? Then the honeymoon stage wears off. That's when the homesickness settles in, the sickness settles in because you're eating different food, different bacteria, so you're like, you know, in the bathroom a little more than normal. The hot weather, you know, depression can start sinking in. Start becoming jaded, and that, you know, slow lifestyle becomes just slow and you start getting impatient. And the exoticness becomes, you know, just plain weird and a hassle. Everyone deals with this in different ways, but a common way and an unfortunate way is through self-medication. People start drinking a lot, maybe using some drugs and, you know, hooking up with the wrong people, using, you know, women as a form of distraction. These topics have been covered in a lot of other videos, so I'm not going to dive too deep into those. I'm just going to talk about some stuff I've seen throughout the years and some stuff that I've displayed as unhealthy characteristic and unhealthy traits, and they're pretty toxic. So why don't we head on the bike and go somewhere and talk. I'm just going to give a short overview of a couple of characteristics I've noticed in this country: the Oracle of Thailand and the judge and jury. The first characteristic I'm going to talk about is the Oracle of Thailand. Anyone who's been here, is even a tourist, has probably come across this guy sitting at the bar stool, sitting there spewing off his infinite knowledge of Thailand or whatever country you're in. I hope I'm not coming across as being that guy by making this video. I'm just trying to convey some information that I've come across. Basically, this is the know-it-all foreigner talking about the country, the people, whatever. And if they are open for a discussion of sorts, if you disagree with them, they'll call you naive. They'll often have very strong, very negative opinions about the country they're in. And oh, if you're a foreign man dating a local woman, whew, they'll have nothing but horror stories for you. They'll make sweeping comments about Thais, the country, the government, other foreigners, which I'll go into more in depth in the next point. If they give you a second to express your point, and if it's contrary to theirs, they'll totally dismiss it. They are looking for confirmation, not information, which in psychology is known as confirmation bias. If they've been here longer than you, they'll dismiss all your opinions. If you've been there longer than them but are younger, they'll be like, oh, you're young, you don't know what you're talking about. The next expat type or characteristic I'm going to discuss is the judge and jury. This behavior is similar to the previous one, except this one is more steeped in jealousy, insecurity, and just being competitive. This video, and especially this part of the video, is inspired by last week I was doing a video shoot and I saw a foreigner walking with a can of Chang early in the morning. You know what? I posted it on my Instagram, link below, follow my Instagram. I posted this video on my Instagram. I'll play it right now and I'll talk about it when it's done. It's funny, I'm shooting a video right now. and a foreigner just walked by. He was carrying a selfie stick and a can of Chiang beer. And I thought, oh, you know, just made that like, oh, the drunk foreigner. It's like 6:45 in the morning, you know, just thinking all this BS. And he was walking around picking up garbage, so he wasn't like some drunk. He's just some guy who got up early and he's just picking up trash off the street. So that's one thing about this country. You see other foreigners, you can be pretty brutal to them. I'm sure he thought I'm not gonna think anything. I was gonna say I'm sure he thought I was weird for sitting on a red bench, you know, with the video camera, talking to it at 6:30ish in the morning. But you know, maybe he didn't think anything. Maybe he's like, oh wow, that guy's making a video. That's interesting. Maybe he didn't think anything bad about me. So just wanted to share that. Peace. So in that video, I made like the mistake, which is very common here, of thinking the worst about a foreigner. Instead of thinking, oh, the guy's picking up trash, I'm like, oh, he is trash. Look at him walking around with a can of Chang. And I'm surprised I didn't make fun of him having the selfie stick, but whatever. This characteristic is very common amongst long-term expats in this country. They've gone beyond complaining about the local population. They turn a lot of their hatred and their bitterness towards the other expats, either through reading stuff on internet forums or their social circle, or especially their partners, like friends or family who are dating foreigners. They'll go in on those guys all day. I have done it, and I have been on the receiving end of that judgment too. If someone speaks Thai too well, they're trying to be Thai. If they've been here a while and they don't speak Thai that well, oh, either they're lazy, they're stupid, or they think they're too good to learn the language. Or like that video I played from last week of me judging that foreigner walking around with the can of Chang. It's the judge and jury, they love going in on the drinking habits of other expats. A big subject of people in most countries is money. But it seems like in this country that it's even more of a obsession or a fetish. If they hear about someone giving way too much money to their partner, they're a chump. If they're not giving enough money to their partner, well, they're just being stingy or they're a cheap Charlie. It goes back to the beginning of this section of when I talked about the toxic part of this characteristic being steeped in competitiveness. So if someone is like consumed with money, showing off, or being critical of people spending too much money, it falls back on the insecurities they've had in the past about money or their present insecurities about money. In defense to us, the expats in this country, there is a lot of pressure put on us about money, either through visa regulations, or you have to maintain a certain amount of money in order to stay here, or you have a partner that's kind of like asking a lot, and that foreigner's not being transparent and saying, no, we can't do that, but instead just trying to be the hero and maintain a lifestyle. So it can be a big burden. And when someone has mounting burdens like that, especially when it comes to money, it's very commonplace to lash out at others. So how to avoid these toxic characteristics? Well, I'm no expert, I'm no psychologist or anything like that, but I can talk about a few things that I personally do, or what I think is like a good idea to try to be more positive, especially when you're over in another country, in a country like Thailand. For myself, I try to keep myself occupied by having hobbies that I'm passionate about. Photography, videos. This YouTube thing is new for me, but it's something I'm really enjoying and it keeps me busy. I also try to meditate twice a day, some quiet time, something to keep me grounded. Also, I try to drink a lot of water and watch my alcohol consumption, my sugar consumption. Also have some form of physical exercise, such as, myself, I ride a bike around my village, do stretches. I want to start practicing yoga, I probably should do that. Two things that are huge is eating well and getting enough sleep. Unfortunately, I struggle with those last two, but I try. An obvious thing is, I think it's important to be surrounded by good friends. Not only local, but foreign friends too. But I think what's more important to that is just trying to be a good friend to not only others, but to yourself. Because no matter where you are, what country you're in, how much money you have, you always have yourself to fall back on. So you really need to get your own mental health in order. So it's very important to make peace with yourself, because when you're coming to another country, you know, you're going to be away from your friends and family, your habits, your food, familiarity. So if you got some stuff going on, it can become intensified if you have to like struggle at just doing basic things such as getting a driver's license or going shopping or getting from point A to B in another country. Well, I really went off on this one. Hope I didn't come off as trying to be the oracle or the judge and jury of Thailand. Just giving some insight, some of the things I've seen in others, and I've seen in myself, unfortunately. Please comment below. I'd love to hear what you have to say, even though my opinion is 100% correct. Joke. Seriously, please chime in. This is an interesting subject. I'd like to hear your opinions. If you like this video, please click like. And if you don't like this video, click dislike twice. Also subscribe. If you're not subscribed, and click that bell to get updates on when new content comes out. I guess that's it. See you in the next one. Peace.